What's going on, everybody? This is Bull Run Crypto, and today we're going to talk about Cardano, and we're going to give some price analysis, some forecasting of where we think that Cardano can actually go from here. So if you guys are excited about this video, you're definitely going to want to stick around to the end. And if you're new to crypto, definitely subscribe to Bull Run Crypto as we anticipate a bull run coming. But let's pull up the charts here on CoinMarketCap. You can see right now Cardano is number 9, right? Also known as the ticker ADA, ADA. It's currently got a market capitalization of 33 billion with 35 billion coins in circulation. So we've got a lot of downtime with Cardano here. People are getting down on the coin. We're just going to look at the price real quick. I'm going to zoom out all the way to the all-time charts. When I first ever bought Cardano, it was 4 cents back around, let's see, I want to say it was December 2017. So I've sold Cardano a few times in between there just because, you buy these assets, you don't have to get married to them for life from your first position. 2017 obviously being a long time ago, but it's actually had an all-time high of around $2.90, and that was in September of 2021. So this 2025 is equivalent to that cycle. So between now and September, if the cycle repeats itself, that's when you would expect to see some sort of price action. Now, that's just an assessment. That doesn't mean it's true. It's a theory. So you have to realize that a lot of this is speculation, and nobody knows where Cardano will actually go, but we can theorize and we can make projections based on previous performance and based on the market analysis of where we currently stand today. So I'm going to show you how I think Cardano could reach $15, and we're going to break down the math on how all that will shake down. And I'm going to give you more of an accurate, realistic projection, which is around $3 to $5 in the short term. Again, not professional financial advice. You always need to do your own research. And the reason that someone makes these kind of videos is to give you guys an idea of what the potential is. Because I know as an investor, me personally, I'm always wanting to know, well, what's the potential of this? Is it going to go to $1.50? Is it going to go to $5? Is it going to go to $15? And how high could it go? Obviously, sky's the limit with a lot of these crypto assets. I personally bought my first Bitcoin when it was $600 back in 2015. And when I first bought my first Bitcoin, I used to think to myself, well, how high could this go? And I would see people saying, oh, it could reach $10,000, it could reach $100,000. And I still remember to this day when someone said it could reach $1,000,000, and there was a video made about that. Okay. But we've reached the $10,000 mark. We reached the $100,000 mark. So, I mean, it's a lot of time just time and market, and these projects develop unless they go toe up, like we've seen with some of these projects like EOS or even IOTA. You know, these projects, they come and go, and Cardano could be one of those, but Charles Hoskinson seems to be pretty committed to Cardano. So let's talk about some news that is relevant to Cardano right now. So you can see Binance will support Plomin hard fork and Cardano's new network upgrade. So this is something to keep on the radar, right? So what is Plomin hard fork? The new hard fork allows anyone who holds ADA to contribute to the network's decision making. The Plomin hard fork is meant to turn the Cardano blockchain into a fully decentralized governance model where ADA holders can either vote directly or allow another person, known as delegated representative, DREPs, to vote in their place. And it's named after Matthew Plomin, who was the CEO of USDM, Cardano's stablecoin. All right, so now let's talk about stablecoins, because you can see PayPal PYUSD stablecoin bridges to Cardano, a leap in blockchain interoperability. So this is kind of big news, I think. Stablecoins, you know, President Trump has kind of gone away from CBDCs, which are central bank blockchain stablecoins, but we're going away from those and more towards these independent blockchains like USDC, or in this case PYUSD. So we'll end up seeing where this leads, but Cardano having that interoperability with PayPal is good news for holders, I would say. And then you have the Cardano ETF. So Cardano ecosystem has gained momentum with the announcement of a new 2x exchange traded ETF, the innovative financial instrument, offers amplified exposure to ADA. So it just gives people who don't trade on exchanges, don't use wallets or DEX, but they use the traditional, you know, markets, whether it be Fidelity. That's where I have my ETF with BlackRock, iShares. I just got exposure to it. Most of my positions are in actual crypto, but I wanted to get exposure to ETFs just so I know what to expect with those. So I put in like a couple $1,000 just to, from my stocks, I bought in iShares. But the point is that yes, me, someone who's interested in crypto, been in for a while, I want to know about all the products that exist, including the ETFs, just so I know, what to expect when other projects come out with ETFs. In this case, Cardano. So that'll be interesting. And then let's take a look at some of the top Cardano ecosystem tokens. Now, some of these are built on actual Ethereum, but they're interoperable. You have Chainlink, Nexo. Chainlink really is interoperable with pretty much everyone at this point. You have Ergo. This is an OG crypto for Cardano. But let's see how this one has performed all time. It's had some runs. That could be an interesting wild card play for someone. Right now, it's just running sideways and low. It's real low. I'm not saying buy it. I'm just saying it could be an interesting play to someone who likes to make some plays. So going back to Cardano and how we can get this price action to reach, somewhere around $15. So right now, Bitcoin's at 2 trillion. Okay, most people in the market anticipate Ethereum getting to back to its all-time high, which would put it at about a $500 billion market cap. And we're just going to use that number as a benchmark for Cardano, saying that, okay, if in this case Ethereum goes to 10,000, which is more likely, it's not just going to hit its previous all-time high, it'll double its all-time high. If Ethereum stays hot, there's a lot of talk about Ethereum just being a legacy coin at this point, kind of like Bitcoin. It's expensive, it's slow, but there's all this conversation that, there's going to be an upgrade to it. We already saw what happened with Layer 2. It was kind of like a big nothing burger. People who love Ethereum will say, oh no, it's so great. But if you're just a trader on Ethereum using, let's just say, Coinbase Wallet, making swaps, it's easy to, pay high fees still. I didn't really see a big difference with ETH. So it's slow, and it's, they still have Ethereum DeFi alt season coming, supposedly. That's what we're waiting on. But let's see what happens with Cardano, which has better tokenomics, by the way, for retailers. Because, it's easier for someone to buy a lot of Cardano. $100 will get you like 110 Cardano, right? $100 won't even get you a full Ethereum, or it'll get you a fraction of an Ethereum. So for the average retailer, they're going to look at Cardano and be like, oh, I'd rather buy that. It's just psychology, right? The people who don't really know the price. So that's what we really need, because right now, everyone who's going to invest in Cardano is already invested in Cardano. So Cardano right now is really waiting for the market to take off. If the market never takes off, then Cardano's never going to take off, because there's not going to be any more money coming out of your pocket or my pocket or someone else's pocket, more than likely, in the short term. It could get to the point where Cardano's just mooning and everyone's like, oh man, I want to make a quick buck, so I'll just throw a couple $1,000 into it and catch the momentum and sell the top and then come back down again, right? That's where we'll get more momentum. But in mass, that's not going to happen right now, because people are really waiting to see what ends up happening with the market before Cardano starts getting... The same thing is going to apply to Doge. Unless there was like some big news aside from an ETF, Cardano and Doge are pretty much going to run probably nearby the same pace. But we'll see what ends up happening with that. But XRP seems to be the only one kind of breaking out on its own in that regard. Solana also, just because of all of the action on the meme coin market, and Trump obviously jumping into Solana meme coin. But we'll see what ends up happening with those other coins. But just given that math, so we're assuming that Ethereum is going to reach its previous all-time high, putting it at around $500 billion. We'll give Cardano a $500 billion market cap in that situation. And if we just go over to ChatGPT real quick, just to do some quick data analysis on ChatGPT, we'll just go over here. We'll say if Cardano reaches $15 per coin, its market capitalization could be approximately $525 billion, assuming a circulating supply of 35 billion. As of January 30th, Cardano trading at 96 cents with a circulating supply of 35 billion and its market cap 33.75. But, I would say anywhere around $500 billion market cap, that's what it would take for Cardano to reach that kind of price action right there of $15, which would be over a 15x thereabouts. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with Cardano, but you guys got the math. I would say realistically, if we just zoom out here and we say what's a realistic short-term Cardano, I think most of us would be satisfied if Cardano made it to 100 billion, and that would just be basically it catching Solana or BNB chain. It's not out of the question. So that would be around a 3x from here. I would say 3x. That would put a Cardano at around $3. That's a low side projection in a bull market scenario. But there you go, guys. That's some of the things to consider. We don't know. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. Neither can you, and neither can anyone. All we know is that we want to get in position for any sort of price action. And sometimes when it runs sideways, that's just the calm before the storm. We've seen Cardano run sideways for a long time. It's really just been running sideways lately. I mean, there hasn't been much excitement for Cardano holders if we look at the last, let's just say, 1 month. It's been as high as $1.09, $1.08. Even if we zoom out to a yearly, $1.23 in December. It ran sideways for a long time there, from sideways and down from April to November. But wouldn't you have liked to have bought in November? You know what I'm saying? When it was running sideways, I mean, like you buy right here for 31 cents and everyone's like depressed on it. They're not bullish on it. And you buy and you wait. And, that might have been a waiting period of 3-4 months. You could be in this position right now where you're just waiting for 3 months before any sort of price action. But that's investing for you. You're not a trader, you're an investor. And sometimes investment takes patience. So for those of you who are considering buying now, that would be the way you would play it. Or if you're just a holder and you're waiting. But again, we need more excitement in the market, which ultimately will flow over into coins like Cardano. And that's not going to happen for most of the holders who are already got their bags packed and just waiting. We're waiting for more ETF action. We're waiting for more price action to come from outside of the market holders right now. All right, guys, so we'll see you on the next one. Thanks to all our subscribers, and thank you for liking the video.